Hey there everyone, Sebastian from Champion Helmets here, and today we'll be putting two siblings to the test, the Shark Evo One 2 and the Shark Spartan Carbon. To start with some general specs for the Shark Evo One 2, it's a modular helmet that can go all the way back. The shell itself, made of polycarbonate, weighs 1,700 grams and comes in two sizes. The visor is anti-scratch. It has an anti-fog pin lock and has a wide field of vision. The visor also moves smoothly to the upright position, which is important in a modular helmet. It also comes equipped with a vent in the chin, two in the brow, and an exhaust in the rear spoiler. The helmet also has a sun visor operated by a slider on top for those sunny days. Finally, the liner is removable, washable, and has a micro-ratchet chin strap that can fit a communication system. If you want to know more about the Evo One 2, make sure to check out our full review of the helmet on our YouTube channel. So, with the general specs over with, let's see how the helmet did on our riding test. Before we go over how the helmet did, just a quick note on how we measured our data. On the left monitor, we're taking the helmet's internal temperature in degrees Celsius through a sensor placed by the ventilation channels. The middle screen is where we're measuring the noise in decibels inside the helmet with the microphone placed by our rider's ear. On the right, you can see a phone with the wind speed in kilometers per hour, and finally on the dash is our rider's speed and the outside temperature. So, how did the Shark Evo One 2 perform on the road? We found the average outside temperature was 26 degrees Celsius and the average wind speed was around 125 to 130 kilometers per hour. The thermometer inside the helmet showed an average of 31 degrees Celsius. This means that there was a 5-degree difference between the outside and inside temperature, proving the ventilation was not particularly effective. I found this to be quite disappointing. However, the helmet's noise reduction showed a much better result with 102 decibels inside the helmet driving at about 130 kilometers per hour, which is good for a modular helmet, though we can find quieter helmets, including the very high-end modular helmets such as the Shoei neotec 2 and the Schuberth C4. We can say that the Evo One 2 did quite well in noise isolation. So, overall, mixed results, but let's see how it compares to the Spartan Carbon. First, just a few general specs. The Spartan Carbon is a full-face sport touring helmet, and the shell is made of carbon and fiberglass, which makes it both light and durable, weighing about 1,300 grams. The visor comes with the pin lock in the box, and the helmet is equipped with a sun visor, which is controlled by a slider on top of the helmet. It also comes with vents at the front, and in the rear, and on the chin. It also features a double D chin strap. If you want to learn more about the Spartan Carbon, then head over to our YouTube channel, where you can find a dedicated review. Now, let's see how the Shark Spartan Carbon performed on the road. We collected data while traveling at an average speed of 130 kilometers per hour on long stretches of highway, with the wind speed varying between 125 to 130 kilometers per hour, and the average outside temperature was about 20 degrees Celsius. So pretty good conditions for a fair comparison. During the ride, we clocked interior temperature at slightly below 22 degrees, so a fairly small difference of only 2 to the outside temperature. So when it came to ventilation, the Spartan Carbon performed really well. For noise isolation, our measurements showed an average of 104 decibels, which is pretty loud, which our rider also confirmed. Although it is just 2 decibels louder than the Evo One 2, this small difference is still very noticeable once you get up to this range. So we can say that noise isolation was a little weaker on the Shark Spartan Carbon. Now for the moment we've all been waiting for, let's see how the two helmets stacked up. I must admit, it was a very close race, but before giving an overall verdict, let's see how many stars each one got. The Shark Evo One 2 is a pretty heavy helmet, and being made of polycarbonate with only 2 shell sizes, we decided on 2 stars for the material and 3 stars for the weight. Though being made of carbon did help the Spartan Carbon, the offering of only 2 shell sizes brought it down to 3.5 stars for material. But the carbon fiber came back swinging to give the helmet 5 stars for weight. Despite the Evo One 2's weight, we did like the visor, as it gives you a good field of view and has pin lock in the box. And since the Spartan Carbon has the same features, they're both tied at 4 stars each. The noise isolation was fairly average for the Evo One 2, so that gives us 3.5 stars, while the Spartan Carbon performed more poorly, leading to 2 stars in the noise isolation category. Since the Evo One 2 helmet was hot, its score did take a hit, resulting in 2.5 stars for ventilation and 3.5 stars for comfort. This brings the Evo One 2 to a grand total of 3 stars, and with a recommended retail price of about 330 euros or 365 US dollars, that gives us 21 euros per star. While the Spartan Carbon performed much better with 3 stars for ventilation and 4 for comfort, The noise isolation proved a big sticking point, which gives it a total of 3.5 stars with a recommended retail price of around €355 or $392. The Spartan Carbon gives you 17 euros per star. So what does all this data mean? Well, we would say it's the Spartan Carbon that scored better overall. Not only did it get half a star more than the Evo One 2, but despite the slightly higher price tag, it gives you a greater value for money with 17 euros per star. The Spartan would be the more all-round helmet, which you will see on different types of bikes, such as touring, sport, even naked bikes. But the Evo One 2 is kind of more tailored to touring, so really what this means is it greatly depends on your riding style and what you're looking for. If you're interested in purchasing the Shark Spartan Carbon or the Evo One 2, then make sure to head over to our website at championhelmets.com, where you can find the product in a variety of colors as well as our bundle deals. Remember, we have a lowest price guarantee, so if you find either of these helmets cheaper elsewhere, make sure to send us an email and we won't only match the price, but we'll give you a better deal too. So there we have it. The comparison of the Shark Evo One 2 and the Spartan Carbon is over, with the Spartan Carbon getting 3.5 stars. Though it was a loud helmet, it will keep you cool. It's light and durable and has good vision. If you decide to purchase the Spartan Carbon from our store, remember that if you find it anywhere else for less, we will match the price. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them below, and if you like the video, please subscribe. Thank you all for watching. I'm Sebastian from Champion Helmets, and I'll see you next time.